for having perfect attendance. And now I also want to congratulate our 10th graders, starting off with Ayutan A, Marcus B, Gretel C, Yaro C, Joshua C, Davina D, Justin D, Leslie D, Tylon F, Anaya F, Angel G, Marcia H, Ivana L, Marilyn L, Zaire M, Jamar S, and Shalay W. Congratulations to all our 100% attendance, perfect attendance recipients. Great work.
Okay, so I am just going to do a little recap here, just about what social emotional learning is, or SEL. And that is the process through which all young people and adults acquire and apply the knowledge, skills, and attitudes to develop healthy identities, manage emotions, and achieve personal and collective goals, feel and show empathy for others, establish and maintain supportive relationships, and make responsible and caring decisions. So if you just go on to the next slide, please. So SEL is something that we really hone in on in Ensemble. It's a component of all of our content areas, but Ensemble is really where those skills are being initially presented, discussed, and then also practiced. So that involves doing those mindfulness moments. So just like we did earlier with the melting exercise, that's always a piece of it. And then we focus in on specific topics. So for trimester 2, we talked about stress management. We learned about empathy and how to practice it. We talked about self-advocating, experiencing loss, self-reflecting and setting goals, and then responsible decision-making. So these are just a few of the topics we've covered so far this year, and specifically in T2.
Good morning, all. My name is Yolanda. I'm your vice president. Today's theme is basically we can rise together, basically. And I chose a poem called Unity is Community by an online poet named Kaylee Brum. Just to read a little snippet of it, it says, in our communities, it is all about seeking positive opportunities which can be a solution of our revolution, a drastic change in the way we think and behave. So like Haley mentioned, there is no community without unity. For these drastic changes we want to see and to be better and stronger, strength comes in numbers. Hume for Nation is our community, and together we can rise.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Why don't we just hold space for a second if anyone wants to make any reactions to what you see on the screen or what you heard Yolanda say. Did you read aloud everything on this slide, Yolanda? Because if you didn't, that would be great.
Okay, I'll read the whole poem.
Yes, please.
We can behave where we engrave in our world's history, to make a switch to enrich the minds of young ones, to show it is going for your goal and hitting a home run. And that life doesn't have to be living by a gun. But to make a change, we have to look into our hearts, and in our hearts, fill in these missing gaps, in these missing parts. Then once that happens, helping ourselves and others can start. But like I said, it is all about positive opportunity and bringing the community together in unity, because without unity, there is no such thing as community.
Woo! I know you didn't write that, but that is fantastic. Thank you for bringing that into this space. And thank you for your leadership. If you have any questions or reactions to this, feel free to put that in the chat. And I put in the chat as well, just a reminder, you know, our theme this year, we always have a theme, and our theme this year is Together We Rise. Yolanda is our vice president for the student body, and she's an 11th grader, dance major. All right. Leadership credit spotlight. So in 9th grade, we just wanted, these aren't the only people that have earned leadership credit, but we wanted to spotlight Carrie N for contributing to the post-secondary success teams newsletter and attending community events, and to Stephen X for being a peer tutor. In 10th grade, Anaya, Crystal, and Makai also received leadership credit for presenting at their Generation Citizen projects. And I think we may owe a couple other people. So let's make sure if there's another student that has been a presenter that we give them that leadership credit for that time. We're going to move into top growers for T2. Remember that growth is one of our shared values at Hume 4. Growth, just as important as achievement. Thank you.
Absolutely. I definitely agree. That transition of growth is something that we definitely want to highlight. So we're going to take a look at our top growers for T2, trimester 2. And here are the award recipients. First with 9th grade, we have Carnell A for ensemble, Aiden O in algebra, Maya R in music, Ashanti T in ELA, Joseph S in global history, Natalia P in reading and composition, global history, and studio art, Naomi M, living environment, Cameron O in earth science, and Chriselle S in dance. Congratulations to all our 9th grade top growers. Good work. Keep it going. Awesome. All right. And now we're going to transition to some of our 10th grade growers that we are going to acknowledge on their achievement. First, Yaro C in Global History 2, Marcia H in AP World History, Arena P in Earth Science, Vivica T in Dance, Amani D in Earth Science and Chemistry, Suri K in Physical Education, Justin D in Global History 2, Angel G in Earth Science and Physical Education, Christopher M in Geometry, Messiah R in Algebra, and Marilyn L in Music. Let's give a warm congratulations and emoticons, everything, and shout out all of our top growers between 9th and 10th grade. Excellent work.
Love it. Amazing. Did I get, oh yeah, okay, sorry. Top Starfish Point achievers.
Yes, so keeping it moving with the celebrations here, we're going to highlight our highest Starfish Point earners for the class of 2023, which is 10th grade. Holding up the top spot, Ayutan A, followed by Anaya F, Justin D, Marcia H, Keith R, and Henry M. Congratulations for holding down the top spots for trimester 2 for 10th grade. And we're going to move on to our 9th grade top earners. Holding down the top spot for the second trimester in a row, Braden M, followed very closely by Chelsea S, Jaden C, Carrie N, and Stephen X. Congratulations to all of you. Awesome work. And I'm going to turn it over to Chelsea.
Thank you, Ms. Trainer. Good morning, honor scholars. My name is Chelsea Santiago. I am your school secretary. And one event that reminds me of Together We Rise is when we had a holiday food giveaway. We were able to give food to over 100 families. It was touching for me to see how the community was able to get together and rise as one cohesive community and help each other during these hard times. And this is my time. Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks, Chelsea. Chelsea is the secretary for our student body. And if you have any reactions to her reflection on Together We Rise, please feel free to put that in the chat.
Awesome.
And I totally agree. This was a very strong example of what that can look like.
Excellent, Chelsea, and all of those in support within student government. We're going to now transition into honor roll. All right. And we're going to first start off with our cum laude recipients, cum laude recipients. All right. Cum laude is recognized as a grade point average between 80% and 85% cumulative GPA. All right. So our first recipient is Marcus B, Jaden C, Jemiah H, Sori K, Daneka L, Zaire M, Aiden O, Natalia P, Olivia R, Paul R, and Matthew U. Let's give a congratulations again to our cum laude recipients, again, earning a cumulative GPA of at least 80% to 85%. All right. And now we're going to transition into our magna cum laude recipients. All right. Those are individuals who achieved a cumulative grade point average of 86% to 92%. All right. Our first recipient is Allison A, Sierra B, Yaro C, Amani D, Justin D, Leslie D, Anaya F, Shamara J, Chanel J, Braden M, Aiden M, Carrie N, Cameron O, Ayanagilo O, Crystal O, Harmony P, Annie P, Chelsea S, Patrina S, Dana V, and Stephen X. Once again, let's give a nice congratulations, warm congratulations to our magna cum laude recipients.
Woo-hoo. I can't find my stupid reaction button. Keep trying to do confetti everywhere.
and we could give spirit fingers. We could also give spirit fingers if you guys are not able to, similar to Principal Keen, find those emoticons. All right. Let's go on to our summa cum laude recipients. All right. Now, summa cum laude are those who who have achieved a cumulative GPA of a 93% to 100%. All right. We're going to first start off by congratulating Ayutan A, Opiotan A, Cottrell C, Angel G, Marcia H, Kashbot J, Marilyn L, Javion M, Maya R, Shania R, and Joseph S. Congratulations to all our summa cum laude recipients. Good work, excellent work, great achievement. Gonna now transition to Jamar Smith, updates from student government and messages from student government.
Good morning. My name is Jamar Smith, and I'm a 10th grade class rep. And like Ms. Keene said, it's Together We Rise. And this is my quote about Together We Rise. It states, never let anyone measure your level of success. So basically what that means is never let anyone tell you what you can do, because you can accomplish everything that you want. You just got to push harder.
Well said. Reactions. Do we agree? Why do we agree? Let's hold some space for some reactions. Would love to see some student reactions as well. I guess I have a question for you, Jamar. Maybe you can expand on this a little bit. Where does this quote come from for you? And
so basically this quote comes, this is a family quote. So this is something that my mom always tells me when I used to go to school every morning.
Okay. Sometimes we can call this like self-talk, you know, what we say to ourselves in the mirror, either literally or figuratively, you know, when you're on your way. What's that What's the talk that's going on in your head? What are you listening to? And if you have quotes like this or things that help inspire you to carry on, and like Jamar said, to never give up, never let anybody else tell you what you can do. You write your own story, right? And I love it. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that. All right, moving onward to top achievers for trimester 2.
Okay, so we're going to start with our 9th graders. So huge congratulations to Ciara B for achieving in studio art, Catriel C, music and PE, Shamara J for dance, Chanel J for living environment and reading and composition, Cameron O for ensemble, global history, and particular topics in algebra, Harmony P for earth science, Shania R for algebra and ELA, and Mia R for global history. Congratulations. And for our 10th graders, Ayutan A for geometry and earth science, Opeyatan A for global history 2, Marcus B for earth science, Yairo C for music, Imani D for PE, Anaya F for dance, Chalet W for living environment, and Angel G for AP World History. Awesome job to all. Great work.
Did I just skip one?
No, this is still me. I forgot this is right after this. Okay, so congratulations to everyone who was included here and to all of our 9th and 10th graders for just continuing to persevere and try your very best in remote learning. We know that that can be challenging sometimes, and we commend you for all of your efforts this year. Before we transition into our news and announcements, I thought it'd be a good idea just to recenter ourselves with a few breaths. And this video is really great because you can actually follow along with it. So it'll tell you when to breathe in and when to breathe out. And we're just going to recenter before we move on. So let's follow along with that and just take a few breaths.
Thank you for that. All right, news and announcements. So, all right, first of all, I don't know if you all know this. I did put something on social media, but this week is a week where it's called Assistant Principal Appreciation Week. And our assistant principals are Mr. Ogle and Mr. Bowerly. Okay, this is Mr. Ogle here, this guy here. And he is our assistant principal that supports guidance and restorative work. He's new this year, so if you are a returning student, I hope you've gotten a chance to meet him. If not, you will. Mr. Bowerly has been with me since year 2. He is also an assistant principal, and he supports specifically instruction. And definitely as you get older and you're working on your graduation plans and things like that, he's going to be your guy to make sure that you stay on track and all of that. Mr. Drexler his title is not assistant principal, but he's at the same level as an assistant principal, but his title is director of school operations. So he helps with everything from ordering, purchasing, all of the ins and outs of our building, and keeping everything up to where it needs to be. He supports our operations team, the office, all of that stuff. And if you know Mr. Drexler, you also know he cares a lot about you all. So he always goes above and beyond and has done a lot to get us ready for in-person intervention. So we want to thank them. And if you feel so inclined this week or ever, but specifically this week, because it's specifically to appreciate these guys, if you feel like shooting them an email, why don't you do that, right? Sometimes just getting a nice little email that's like, hey, just wanted to say thanks. Feel free to do that. And I know some of you don't have a relationship with them yet, but those of you that do, if you feel inclined, I know that that would really brighten up their day. And sometimes it can brighten up our day to brighten up somebody else's day. So when we pass that gratitude, it tends to come back around. So spread that gratitude if you have it for any of these really great leaders in our school. All right, news and announcements as well. We're going to put these links in the chat, but I just wanted to make sure you know, did you know that we had a SoundCloud account? And it's being populated with tracks that are being created originally by students. So if you don't know, you should check it out. And it'll keep growing and evolving as we keep growing and evolving as a school. We also have a YouTube channel, which has a lot of videos and funny stuff, messages from me, things that we've created, past community meetings. So this is a great thing too to save. I'm just going to show you real quick what it looks like. This is what SoundCloud looks like. And you can look and listen to songs that our students have created. And this is also an awesome way, if you are somebody that's writing music, make sure Mr. Williams knows about that. And whether you're a music major or not, he can totally still pull up in the mobile studio and help you record. And this is also a way that you can get your music out there and potentially be noticed and appreciated by other people. So I just wanted to make sure you see that. And then also, again, this is our YouTube channel. Look at all these videos. Oh my gosh. And what's great too here is all of our podcast episodes are here. So if you haven't been able to check out our podcasts, you can listen to them here. And they're pretty fantastic. That's something that's emerged out of this remote learning time. In-person intervention update. So as I've shared in past meetings, right now we are gearing up to start our in-person intervention. And this is just something that we will be able to offer to a small number of students, starting with 10%, which is approximately 31, growing to 20%, which is just under 70. And it'll be in person, on site on Mondays and Tuesdays. Students will follow their schedules and be on site all day. It has been dictated in terms of the number of students we can support. That's being dictated to me, and I don't have control over that. And it's been hard to choose which students need it the most, but that's what we are in a position to have to do. And so we've been trying to think about who does need this in-person intervention the most for various reasons. And we will continue to add students to this list as we are able to. And if you are a student or a caregiver, and this is an option that you feel is important to you and your family, please email me directly so that I know, and that as soon as a spot opens up, we do whatever we can to provide this support to you. For those of you that do not get to come back in person this year, we miss you, and I'm sorry about that. And we look forward to seeing you in the fall. And the reality is not everybody is going to be able to be back in the building by the end of this year. And I need you all to keep working so hard, to keep uplifting each other, as you've heard today, and to just stay focused on the big goal. And the big goal is graduating from high school and making the world a better place. This is a moment that's going to pass. I know it's been longer than we thought, but it is passing. As we can see, which with each day, things are getting easier and better, less restrictive and more safe. And that means a return to school for all of you. So we just gotta stay focused on the big picture. And I know that you will. As a reminder, our student information hub is there for you. And if someone could put that link in the chat as well. Please make sure that you have this site and that you're regularly checking it, because we try to put all the updates there. I see that there's a hand from someone. If you can directly message me your question that way, and then I will answer it if I can. Please directly message me any questions. Anybody can do that. And if I can answer them, I will before I close. Clubs, we just wanted to remind you, and this is a great thing to take a picture of. Remember that when we're doing things like this, you can always pull out your phone and take a picture. But we just wanted to remind you of clubs that run every week after school, and it's not too late to join a club. So if you want to make sure that you're on that invite, I would take a picture of this. I will be sharing this PowerPoint with you all. All right, so check your email after this meeting, because you'll have a copy of this. And if you're a caregiver, we always email this out as well with a copy of this video. But feel free to email these adults and let them know that you want to be added to the club and you want to participate. Same thing with these groups that our student success team runs. And our student success team is made up of our restorative approaches facilitators and counselors. So again, these SST groups are open and flexible. And if you would like to participate in any of them, please email any of these adults. And if you ever can't find this or can't find the email, you can email me and I'll connect you. All right. So just remember, or your ensemble facilitator, that's what we're here for. We're here to help get you what you need. But if you take a picture, or if you refer back to this PowerPoint, just email these adults and they will put you on the invite and make sure that you're included. Just as a reminder, we also have a wellness and mental health resource center that is in a Google Classroom. And so if we can put this link in the chat, this is also a resource. So let's say you're struggling with some of the feelings you're having, you're feeling depressed, or you're just feeling down. There are some resources that can help you with mindfulness activities like what we did today, as well as hotlines and other external resources for you and your family, if that's something that would be helpful. You can always reach out to your cohort counselors, your ensemble facilitators, if you need any additional support around how you're feeling during this challenging time or anytime. Upcoming dates, we have April 30th is progress reports. So, this is going to go pretty quick now. We're in the last trimester, so just be mindful of that. We have no school on May 13th, May 31st, we have no school. June 3rd, we have no school for students. Staff will be doing professional development on this day. June 18th is Juneteenth. We also have no school there. And June 25th is the last day of school for students. And now I'm just going to check the chat and see if there are any questions. Let me just see, let me see. If you reach out and you have communicated that you would like to be considered for in-person intervention, you will be notified by a member of the leadership team. And so if that hasn't happened and you would like to talk to somebody about that, again, just either directly message me now or shoot me an email and someone will follow up with you, but you will definitely be notified. We typically do that over phone or whatever means until we reach somebody. All right. So to close, I want to thank everybody that helped prepare for today, and specifically Ms. Trainer and Mr. Grant for all their hard work putting our presentation together. I want to thank Mr. Bowerly and Mr. Ogle for preparing data, and to all the ensemble facilitators for being here and taking attendance. If you did not yet check in with your ensemble facilitator to make sure that your attendance was taken, please do that before leaving. And remember, this is the last leg of the race, right? So when you think about running a race and you're getting to the end, that's usually when you feel like collapsing because you've already run so far. It's usually when you really need that tall glass of water, your sides hurting, you're not sure if you can make it. And if you're feeling that way, maybe you're not, but if you are, if you're feeling like, am I gonna be able to make it? I want you to really think about how far you've come. You can make it. We're all gonna get there, and it's gonna continue to get better. All right. I'm proud of you and I want you to have a great day and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much.